Keir Starmer's having his Love Actually moment.
American planes are operating out of British bases. That is the special relationship in action. Hanging on to President Trump's latest words is not the special relationship in action.
And you'll probably know this cult classic. It's when Hugh Grant stands up to a bullying US president played by Billy Bob Thornton. And now Keir Starmer's living it after President Trump attacked the Prime Minister for not allowing the US to use UK bases to launch offensive strikes against Iran.
By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either.
Trump really went in. It's all over the front pages as he attacked Starmer for ruining the special relationship and said of the Prime Minister, he's no Winston Churchill.
This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
But Starmer is showing some mettle. He's refusing to let President Trump use UK bases for these offensive strikes. Instead, the Prime Minister is allowing the US to use UK bases for limited and specific activity. And what that basically means is taking out Iran's missile and drone capabilities to try to stop Tehran launching attacks.
What I was not prepared to do on Saturday was for the UK to join a war unless I was satisfied there was a lawful basis and a viable, thought-through plan. That remains my position.
Now, people often say that they don't know what Keir Starmer stands for, but on this, he is being really firm and clear-eyed. He is adamant that the UK should stick to international law instead of giving way to the law of the jungle. What is his position? Well, his position is that he's going to defend UK interests and defend UK allies. And to that end, he's deploying a warship to the Mediterranean, he's deploying Wildcat helicopters, and he's flying defensive missions to help allies like Qatar. Now, for Kemi Badenoch, well, she thinks that the Prime Minister is being pathetic and weak, and at Prime Minister's questions, she wanted to know why the UK wasn't flying defensive missions into Iran.
He is catching arrows rather than stopping the archer. That's what we're talking about. Why is he asking our allies to do what we should be doing ourselves?
For his part, the Prime Minister's clear that he doesn't want any escalation of this war, and he will leave any bombing of Iran to the US. And just as he's standing up to Trump, well, he had some sharp words for Kemi Badenoch too.
Moments like this define a leader of the opposition. They can either step up, act in the national interest and show that they're fit to be Prime Minister, or they can expose their utter irrelevance. She has chosen the second.
Now, I think it's fair to say that Keir Starmer is no Hugh Grant, but he will be hoping that this tussle with Trump will play well with the British public and particularly with his Labour base. But this is much bigger than politics. This is a historic moment in which a leader has to decide whether or not to join the US in a war. And I think Keir Starmer will be hoping that history will look favourably on his particular choice.